Hello, hello, hello! You have entered K-1 Radio, where good vibes and music meet. I am sitting here with one of the most remarkable young women I think I've met in my entire high school career, and that would be Miss Young Ramaj Ceciley.
Hi there. Hi, Kayla. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. Can I first have you give into graphic detail of how you went from doing spoken word into being a personal chef?
Oh, man. Well, spoken word helped a lot with being able to just like get the message across and get into the entrepreneur, fight for yourself headspace. And I would say that I've always wanted to cook. I've always wanted to be a chef, and being creative, creating things with people has been lucrative for the process, and expressing myself. Both of those have been also, and I am really happy being able to do both, and being able to harness myself and get my expression on.
What inspires you when you wake up?
Hmm. I would say just the possibility of what the day would bring, the wonders of what the day would bring. I practice gratitude right in the morning, and I do breath work and meditation, and I send love to my body, and every day I am reminded of what I'm living for, and it's the process, and it feels uh, um, wondrous.
I love it. What does your art and your food mean to you?
To me, uh, the culinary arts is all about the experience of eating and gathering, and the process of cooking, and the techniques, and um, all of that, practicing the art. Uh, it's like it's a form of expression, and even gives comfort, and it helps with my grounding. It's therapy and alchemy, and really what I think everybody's life is kind of about.
I love it. How long have you been catering?
I've been working for myself as a private chef for 2 years, but I left the restaurants in 2017, getting into catering, and I was a sous chef for a catering company called Shell's Kitchen, with the wondrous Chef Lachelle Cunningham, and I got to learn all about popping up and cooking somewhere for a different kind of experience, or being able to work with other people's experiences. Um, so it's been about 3 years.
Who was your favorite person you studied under?
My favorite. That's such. It's hard to answer that, because if all the chefs here, they're gonna be like, what? It wasn't me.
Okay, well, who did
um,
you take away from the most? You won't call him a favorite. Who gave you the biggest pearl that you carry with you?
Well, I absolutely say Chef Lachelle Cunningham from Northside St. Paul. She is she's done a lot for me and my business. She's helped me with business planning, and all of the behind the scene things, my temperament, my professionalism. She's provided me opportunities that have been once in a lifetime. And we've gotten to work together and be creative together. And I've done lots of new things with her. And I learned multiple aspects of culinary uh, consulting, and I love her so much. She's like family. She feeds me, and that's definitely one of the chefs that I've taken a lot from. But everywhere I go, I learn so much, and everyone shows up as themselves in so many different ways, and it's amazing being in the chef community, and everyone can feel it.
Love. When the pandemic first started, did you dive into your cooking or did you study other things and techniques?
Wow. Well, I did do, okay, so I'd say both, because there was so much time off at one point, but then I decided to just kind of like, I've decided to go help out, like get up and go help out. And, but I also did lots of things like with all of the time. Everybody kind of had a lot of time, and I'd say that it was a good experience, being able to take the time. I learned Mandarin. I've been teaching myself Mandarin. I bought an electric bass. I'm learning another instrument. I play lots of instruments, and I never have time because I've been focusing on my cooking career. But just at the same time, I just went through like a metamorphosis kind of, and then like just through helping people as well, I helped myself and I helped my family. I went and worked for a kitchen called Eat for Equity in South Minneapolis, out of Du Nord Craft Spirits, right off of Minnehaha, and we did lots of food rescuing, and we made meal kits for people who are at home with and they don't know how to cook, and we just worked in a lot of that and did a lot of preparation for people who really needed to eat, and they set up a distribution center, and we were able to get in and dig in that way. I also got to use my own business and work for a mobile food shelf, and also work out of the Eat for Equity kitchen, and distribute even more food to people who are delivering meals to families on the weekends when the food shelves are closed. That company is called Humanity Alliance, just to throw that out there. But I am sorry.
No, you're fine. You make your plugs, girl. Humanity Alliance. Look them up.
Yes, but I just it was complete. I just really learned that this is how I can give. This is how I can give back. This is how I can be me, and this is how I can be happy. This is what I want to do, and I want to give people a good experience when it comes to food, because there's a lot to it. There's really a lot to it. It's kind of touchy. Food is kind of touchy, the topic at this point in time, and so it's really nice to have someone help you figure it out.
Would you say your metamorphosis changed the way you look at the culinary industry?
Oh yeah, it's completely changed. The whole restaurant industry is completely different. Things are the way that we had to kind of adapt and change has made us, in a sense, very stronger, and doing different things and treating our employees differently and working differently and sustainably. And I would say that it's going to change a lot, and it did change a lot.
Love it. You kind of already answered my next question, which is, does your spirituality influence your career? Which was a definite yes. All
Oh
day,
yeah.
every day. It's alchemy, it is expression, it is comfort, which is such a beautiful thing. So, my next question is, how do you go about editing a dish?
Hmm. Well, when I am coming up with like a menu, I think about like the past food experiences that I've had, like what really wowed me. And then I think about like things that I've learned how to do or what I've been practicing lately. And I think about the season's availability, like
Oh my gosh,
what produce is
yes.
in season, and then like how I can make it visually appealing, and then how I can throw like my flavors in there. And then so I'll think about like recipes I've worked with, and then I'll compare them with recipes on the internet. I'll look up things on YouTube, and I'll think about things that chefs have done. And then I just kind of do my own spin on it, and then kind of like make like a try and if I'm plating it or something, I think about the plating and the textures and stuff.
What's the longest you've waited to taste something new?
Oh, well, I guess like there's some stuff that I still haven't tasted in my entire lifetime. But like, I mean, I think that like I try to taste everything. I mean, there's still, but you know, I still don't even go into certain places and go get things that I've wanted to have. I just, you know, I need to do that, and everybody needs to do that, and
Yes.
everyone should always be open to trying new food, because it's like seeing a different perspective on life, and you can't be afraid to see a different perspective on life.
Yes. I love that. Okay, so I've been like trying to force myself to eat curry, but it just keeps coming in so many different colors, and I know I can't handle heat. So I'm just like, I'm so scared.
Yes, totally understand. Try tikka masala. It's not that spicy.
Tikka masala. I'm writing that down. All right. When you're alone in your mind, where do you draw inspiration for a new menu?
I'll get it from like if I go out to eat, or if I have like an experience, or I need to like try how something would taste if I were to make it. Like if there's like something on TV and I'm like, oh man, if I were to make that'd be good, and then I'll try that out. But I also get it from like things that I had for as I was a kid, like that from like when I was a kid, or um, or, or like from nature, or what ingredients I see at the grocery store, or at the farmer's market or something like that. And then like I'll like think about just like textures and stuff and flavors, and then that I have, and change it with the stuff that I have on like in my everyday fridge.
Are there two textures that people don't normally think would go together but compare quite nicely?
Hmm. Well, I guess like slimy and wet. It's like, you know, like when it's like liquidy,
Yeah.
then people they definitely don't like a little slimy thing in it.
No.
But like I've had amazing dishes that were like a crude dish. Crude is like raw. And like if I were to have like a crude scallop, it'd be like a raw scallop, and then the chef would put whatever set that they would enjoy with it. And like oftentimes it's like citrus, and like
Really?
some like vinegar maybe, or some type of concoction that they've made up, and then put like a bunch of fresh herbs and maybe some chilies and some berries or something like that. And then you can often like just take your spoon, lift it up, put it in your mouth, and it's just so enjoyable, even though those two textures people often wouldn't want to have together, and people don't venture off into these things because perhaps maybe it sounds fancy, or it did cost like $20 on the menu, and you're like, why am I paying this much for this fish? And then it's like, well,
You're
this
paying
is
for the experience in your
you are.
mouth. Literally.
Yes.
Is there an equation for making the perfect dish?
A what?
Is there an equation? Like salt plus
equation.
pepper equals bomb.
Yes. So there is a theory about salt, fat, acid, and heat, a food theory. Salt, fat, acid, and heat. And I would say that is a great way to explain it. Like we said, alchemy, their concentration after applying these things create a figure and or a liquid or a gas or yada yada yada. And it brings balance to a dish in which your body needs these things. And your body, on a cellular level, I would say, responds very well to these things all together, just like there's 5 tastes. 5
senses.
5 senses,
Yeah.
5 parts of the tongue. There's like sour, sweet,
Savory.
all those things, umami. I would say that putting it all together creates a balance that everybody responds to.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Apologies. No. I would say that having those all together makes us happy.
Happy tongues, happy bellies. Perfect. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Eggs Benedict.
Yum.
Yes, absolutely. I love to, but I love to grill, and I love to make soups.
Yes, I'm a soup person. I can go for any type of broth all day.
Me too.
Love
And
a good broth. What's your most memorable experience cooking?
My most memorable experience was cooking for my favorite Vikings player for his video blog. I made sweet potato gnocchi and Minnesota chicken and wild rice. And the guest artist that was also on the show loved the dish so much that he put it in his song.
Dope. You get it, girl.
Yes, and I think my life was forever changed after that.
I love it. Epic. What is the song that is the background check for society right now?
Yes. Okay, so I had been thinking, it's so funny that you asked that, because I had been thinking, because I just rewatched The Labyrinth with David Bowie.
Yes.
And the song The Underground, I was like, this is how I feel in this world, and I feel like everybody kind of feels this way. It's basically just kind of talking about what happens in the darkness, and how it comes to light, and that's what it seems like forever, but it's not long at all.
I love the crap out of that movie.
I do as well.
When you sit alone, do you create your own recipes?
Oh yeah, and it just flows to me. It just comes, and sometimes it gets annoying. It flows like a golden river.
Yes. Are you making a book?
I am, but it's a poetry book.
Child, what about the recipes?
Yes, I am, and I need to make one, and it's like sometimes I feel like a perfectionist because it feels like a masterpiece, and it's taking so long, and it's like it's just chill and right, like just put it together, and then I have so much to say, so much to come out, and it's crazy, but there is a book coming of
Yes.
poetry.
Yes. Come through, Queen.
Yeah.
Get it out to
Maybe
the
cooking
world.
sometime.
Who have you collaborated with in your catering career?
Yes. Well, I did already say Lachelle Cunningham, but I've worked with lots of chefs in Minneapolis, and have networked with some great chefs already, even out here in Miami, because I am now living in Miami,
Yeah.
Florida.
You made the
Um,
big move.
it was such a huge move, such a huge move. But I have great mentors like Lachelle, and also Robin Asbell, and also Emily Torgensen, and also Remy Pettis. I've gotten to work with the great Jametta Raspberry, and I've also gotten to support so many other like chefs that have their own businesses throughout the Twin Cities, and be there for them and support them. And I'm really happy that I've gotten to, and that we have formed relationships because they create great food.
Do you guys have cooking parties?
Yeah, I have done some cooking parties with those chefs, and
Yes.
I want to do more in the future. That's what I feel like my career will be a lot more about connecting and creating projects with chefs to with about sustainability, yada yada yada, other food things. And so I believe that I'm going to be able to connect in the future with my Minneapolis chefs.
I love it. Who do you first present your new food ideas to?
I'll present them to my family, or other chefs that understand like the authenticity of the ingredients, of the authenticity of the knowledge it is, or something. But many people don't think like chefs, so. But yeah, I normally, or I'll tell somebody I'm like a lover,
Yes.
so that they're like, "Ooh, that sounds good."
If you had to explain how to write a poem to someone, what would you say?
I would tell somebody to explain the details of the message that they're trying to convey, maybe is the word. I would like ask them I would tell them that this would be like the grit of your message, and it should go into like great detail about sensory sensory things, like what things you want to get across to someone. It should bring the listener onto like a journey. It should bring you onto a journey that you control and are telling us about, and just kind of tapping in. I would ask someone to tap in with their inner thought, their inner their self, their being, and ask themselves and respond to their reactions. Write down what their reactions are. And just, let us know. Say it out.
Wonderful. All right, to wrap up our interview, we have 10 rapid fire questions for you. And I know this first one's going to be really, really hard, and I apologize now. What's your favorite thing to eat?
Oh, yeah, that is super hard. But I can say bagels and cream cheese.
Yes. Oh, yes. When you see a person in need, what is your first initial reaction?
I see if I can help.
What is a question you find yourself going back to more than others?
Where is my super suit?
Yes. Sunrise or sunset?
Definitely sunset, because that's what I'm naming my child.
Dope. Oh, so
Yes.
cute. Yes.
I'm not having a kid, but if I have a kid,
do it. Yeah. I mean, don't do it now, but when you do, definitely do sunset. What's your favorite thing about you?
Nice street smarts.
Get it, girl. What brings you joy?
Nature.
Yes, me too. Specific anything in nature or just all nature?
All nature.
What are you excited about?
Connecting, networking, creating.
Yes. When was the last time you danced?
Friday, but I normally dance every day, but I have been slacking.
Ooh, slacking on the dancing. How do you explain your line of work to strangers?
I tell them that I'm a private chef and I make meals for celebrations, delivery, and philanthropy.
Yum. Do you have a mantra to say to yourself?
Yes, I let go of hurt and fear. I am love.
Yum. Thank you so much, Ramaj. You're absolutely fantastic and amazing. I cannot wait to see all of your amazing endeavors in Miami. Oh, yes. I'm so excited for you. I hope you create all these wonderful, beautiful, immaculate things you are envisioning for yourself and bring them forward. Put that poetry out there, girl. That cookbook can wait. Just don't wait too long. People out here struggling in the kitchen, girl. Struggling.
I know. I'm gonna get it together. Thank you so much. Love you bunches.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on K-1 Radio.